A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. Concerns are mounting across Europe regarding a recent proposal from the United States that suggests granting a full amnesty for actions committed during the war in Ukraine. This proposal, which has been attributed to former President Donald Trump, has sparked a strong response from European officials, particularly from Michael McGrath, the European Commissioner for Justice and Democracy. In an interview with Politico, McGrath emphasized the importance of ensuring that any ceasefire plan does not permit Russian President Vladimir Putin to evade accountability for alleged war crimes. His comments highlight a growing unease in Europe over the implications of the U.S. proposal, which appears to prioritize a swift resolution to the conflict over justice for the victims of Russian aggression. McGrath stated, "I don't think history will judge kindly any effort to wipe the slate clean for Russian crimes in Ukraine." He firmly asserted that the European Union's stance will be to hold Russia accountable for its actions during the war, which has included numerous allegations of atrocities ranging from the abduction of thousands of Ukrainian children to brutal attacks on civilians in cities like Bucha and Mariupol. Were we to do so, to allow for impunity for those crimes, we would be sowing the seeds of the next round of aggression and the next invasion, he warned, labeling any such action as a historic mistake of huge proportions. Since the onset of the invasion, Ukrainian prosecutors have launched over 178,000 investigations into suspected Russian war crimes. A recent report from a United Nations commission detailed that Russian authorities have committed crimes against humanity, including drone attacks targeting civilians and the forcible transfer and deportation of individuals. McGrath emphasized the need to uphold the rights of victims of Russian aggression, stating, "Millions of lives have been taken or destroyed, and people forcibly removed, and we have ample evidence." He pointed to recent judgments from Europe's top human rights court, which found Russia responsible for widespread violations of international law in Ukraine, including murder, torture, and the kidnapping of Ukrainian children. In light of these developments, there is a palpable tension surrounding Trump's proposed peace plan, which reportedly included provisions for amnesty and economic incentives for Russia should it agree to end hostilities. The initial 28-point plan suggested a reset of relations with Moscow, offering full amnesty for actions committed during the conflict and fostering economic cooperation between the U.S. and Russia. However, this plan has faced significant backlash and is currently undergoing revisions. The most recent discussions between U.S. and Ukrainian officials have led to a new 19-point plan, with further talks held in Miami to refine the details. Critics of the peace initiative are concerned that Trump's administration may be willing to overlook Russia's transgressions in pursuit of a swift resolution to the conflict. This sentiment is echoed by European allies who fear that any leniency towards Russia could result in a dangerous precedent, allowing for future aggression. As the war continues, the humanitarian toll has been staggering, with international organizations reporting widespread war crimes committed by Russian forces. The International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Putin for the unlawful deportation of children from Ukraine, underscoring the severity of the situation. Experts, including Teresa Fallon from the Center for Russia, Europe, Asia Studies, have noted a growing fatigue with the prolonged conflict. However, she emphasized that Ukrainians desire a dignified resolution to the war, one that does not reward Putin for his initial aggression. The call for accountability remains strong, as European officials reiterate their commitment to justice for the victims of the war. In conclusion, as negotiations for peace continue, the stakes are high. The European Union's insistence on accountability for Russian war crimes stands as a critical point of contention in discussions led by Trump's team. The outcome of these negotiations will not only impact the immediate future of Ukraine, but will also shape the international community's approach to justice and accountability in the face of war crimes. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.